presentation of Fox Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are LA.
It's time for Angels Spring Training Baseball this afternoon from Tempe Diablo Stadium. It's the Angels and the Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody. This is Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Jose, it's hard to believe our final game here in Arizona this spring. And, boy, have we seen some glimpses of offense from the Angels regulars.
Well, we have. I mean, the Angels had a tremendous month here in Arizona. And the main thing is to see the regular guys. You know, the guys are going to be in that lineup almost every single day. And the way they have come out here and done their work, every one of these guys has done something to improve themselves, to fit into the ball club, to contribute in many ways other than just hitting the ball. And I think overall Mike Soch has to be very pleased in how spring training, even though it was long, it was well spread out, and the guys made the most out of the time here working.
Of that projected lineup, the only starter in the lineup today is Peter Borges. He'll be the Angels' leadoff batter. We've seen some very good showings from some younger players as well, Jose.
Yeah, we got to give them their due, too. I mean, Caleb Coward came in, of course, as a young guy that the Angels are going to take a good look at. And from the very first day, he's been pretty successful showing off his arm at third base, his defense, and being pretty productive with a bat. Ty Kelly, a young arm who's been outstanding, showing great velocity in late innings and being one of those guys the Angels have gone to many times because he's pitched so well. Matt Young, you can't argue against a 560 on base percentage and a 500 average. Just before you know it, Mike Soch is paying attention to all of these guys, knowing that also there's other guys that are in the lineup today, a Han Conger, a Randall Grichuk, and a J.B. Shuck, that because of their production, the way they've run the bases, the way they've thrown, the way they play defense, all have added to Mike Soch taking an even longer look with these three guys.
Those last three you mentioned, Jose, a couple of those guys are still fighting for spots in the Angels lineup. Pitching-wise today, we're going to see Garrett Richards. He's been outstanding for the Angels this spring. Jerome Williams is also going to pitch today as well.
Very important outing for both of them. Single reason, Garrett Richards can still find himself, of course, backing up in the Angels rotation, but to me, he has a spot in this staff no matter what, because he's going to help you out of the bullpen with a couple of innings or 3 or 4 innings. And Jerome Williams has a lot to prove in terms of just commanding the zone today, keeping the ball down and pitching to confidence. But to see Richards, the way he's performed, Terry, and the last time out, he got up 7 times. He went 6 1/3 against Milwaukee. 10 ground ball outs. He was pretty much in his game. Expect that here again today.
Well, the Angels today signed a veteran reliever with a power arm, Mark Lowe. We've seen him in this division in the past, Jose. We saw him with Texas last year. He's also pitched for Seattle. He was with the Dodgers earlier this spring.
And the only reason he is here, of course, is because the Angels are still trying to figure out exactly how everybody's going to fit into the bullpen. Some things have not gone as smoothly either because of health or because of lack of production. Earlier today, we already saw Mark Lowe throwing a bullpen under the watchful eye of Angels pitching coach Mike Butcher and working alongside Tommy Hanson, who himself has some things to iron out. But certainly, Terry, experienced arm, power arm. We all know how much Mike Soch and Mike Butcher love those power arms like the one they have in Mark Lowe.
Well, Jose, we're not going to see too many regulars in the Angels lineup today, but from a bullpen standpoint, we're going to see some guys that figure to have prominent roles with the Angels.
And hopefully a good outing here today, roll into the Freeway Series, and have a good start to the regular season.
Jepson, Frieri, and Burnett all expected to see action today out of the pen. Well, it's the Angels and the Texas Rangers. We're wrapping it up here as far as spring training. We'll have the lineups in the start of today's game after this on Fox Sports West.
Angels against the Texas Rangers, division opponents. They'll be facing each other 19 times this year, and they'll be seeing each other here very soon in the regular season. In fact, a week from tomorrow, the Angels will be in Arlington. Mike Socha and his Angels trying to leave the Cactus League on a high note. The Angels take the field. The lineup for the Texas Rangers: Ian Kinsler leading off at second base. Elvis Andrews playing shortstop, batting second. Lance Berkman, designated hitter, batting third. Adrian Beltre is a cleanup hitter at third base. David Murphy is in left field, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Nelson Cruz playing right field. A.J. Pierzynski, the catcher, batting seventh. Batting eighth at first base, Mitch Moreland. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Leonis Martin. The Angels starting lineup is brought to you by McDonald's. Now, quench your small, medium, or large thirst for an extra small price. Get any size soft drink for only $1 every day, only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. For the Angels, Peter Borges is in center. Batting second, Luis Rodriguez at second base. Batting third, Brennan Harris playing first today. Hank Conger, cleanup hitter for the Angels, leading the club in RBIs. Conger is a catcher. John Hester batting fifth, Angels designated hitter. Batting sixth, young third baseman Luis Jimenez. J.B. Shuck continues to put his name on the board. Shuck has been doing a great job. He is batting seventh, playing left field. Randall Grichuk up from minor league camp. Grichuk has had a good spring. He's in right field, batting eighth, the Angels prospect. And Andrew Romine is the Angels shortstop. He is batting in the number 9 spot. Garrett Richards coming off a very solid outing against the Milwaukee Brewers. He pitched into the 7th inning. 10 ground ball outs, very economical, outstanding command on both sides of the plate, and a very brilliant changeup and curveball. He'll be facing, as Terry mentioned earlier, former Angel Brett Mills, who only made actually one start for the Angels in the big leagues. That was last season, and Mills recently claimed by these Rangers off the waiver wire.
Garrett Richards has just completed his warm-up tosses, Jose, so we are moments away from the start of today's game. The umpires, Jonathan Sapphire, will be calling balls and strikes, and on the bases we'll have Gary Darling, Jim Wolf, and Joel Haspatka. The dimensions here: 340 down the left field side, 359 to right, 420 to dead center, and the alleys out in left center and right center go 400 feet. So Richards just about ready to go. Kinsler, Andrews, and Berkman will be the first three for the Texas Rangers. Texas this spring, 15-15-2. The Angels are 8-18-4. Here's the pitch. It is low. We're underway. The count: 1 ball, no strikes on Ian Kinsler. 79 degrees here for the final Cactus League game this spring for the Angels. And a 1-0 delivery. That one is blowing outside. It's now 2 balls, no strikes.
It's good to see how the fans have responded today. Earlier start, and they are here. A lot of the Angel Red, and certainly a lot of the fans who came in to also follow their Texas Rangers. Good response all the way around.
Yeah, nice crowd for the final game. Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on and missed. So the count on Kinsler: 2 balls, 1 strike. Rangers were in action yesterday. They lost to the White Sox 11-3. The Angels had their tough loss last night to Arizona 7-1. That was a 1-0 game going to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels were on top. There's one that's bounced by the mound and through into center field. Kinsler is aboard with a leadoff hit starting off today's ball game. So Elvis Andrews will be the next batter.
These same Rangers, last time the Angels saw them, did a number on Jerome Williams. And the Angels quickly found themselves down 7-0. They made a great comeback, took the lead, and eventually lost it on a walk-off.
The Angels dropped that ball game less than a week ago in surprise, dropping it by the final 10-9 against the Texas Rangers. So here's Andrews, their shortstop, and he looks at the first one. It's in there for a called strike. It would appear that Garrett Richards will be on the Angels opening day roster. Whether or not it's as a starter or a reliever, we'll find out if all the 5 projected starters are healthy, then Richards will likely be in the bullpen. He would be the 6th guy for 5 spots as far as the rotation.
He's done everything to be in that spot, and it's easier to shrink him to an inning or 2 than to stretch him out. From being a bullpen guy in spring training, all of a sudden you need him to go out there and be a starter. He's ready.
Here's the pitch. That one is bounced out near short. Nice diving stop. Romine second for 1. Relay to first, a double play. That was a heck of a play by Andrew Romine right there. That ball looked like it was ticketed to bounce into center field and be a hit. Maybe they might have had first and third, but as it turns out, they have no one on, and the Angels get 2 outs on the play.
Well, he was talking about the ground balls, and there was 10 of them that Richards induced his last opponent to, and this actually helps. The infielders go out there with the mentality of this guy's sinker. If it's on, I'm going to anticipate making plays, anticipate ball being hit on the ground, and outstanding performance all the way around through the middle.
That was one of the best double plays we've seen the Angels turn here this spring. It might have been the best one.
I'm right with you.
Yeah. So here's Berkman, and the first pitch, he takes that one for a strike. He's a switch hitter, veteran player, 37 years old, in play much last season for St. Louis. Only 32 ball games for Berkman. And the pitch on its way. He fouls that one off to our left, backing out of play. Mentioning St. Louis, their former manager Tony La Russa is in the box right next door to us.
He's got one of those big old rings. A man that absolutely loves Albert Pujols. And the other way around, too.
Yeah.
Albert adores Tony La Russa.
There's a pitch that's cut on and missed, and down on 3 pitches goes Berkman as Richards sets him down on just 9 pitches here in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and in the inning, no one left. Half inning in the books. There's no score in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Introducing
Peter Borges will lead it off for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Borges really the only regular in the lineup for the Angels, and that was the case in the ball game last night as well. Peters leading off. Solid spring, hitting just over 350 this spring, and he takes the first pitch from Brad Mills, who was in camp just a few days ago with the Angels. Angels put him on waivers. He was claimed by Texas, and his next delivery, that one is low and in. This is Mills' first appearance with the Rangers, and they'll have a decision on him, Jose, whether or not he ends up being on their opening day roster, which would appear to be doubtful. And for him to go back to the minors, since he's out of options, he would have to clear the waiver wire.
Same thing all over again.
Right. So he's in the same boat that he was when he was with the Angels here in spring training. And the 2-1 pitch. That's in there. Called strike, and it's 2-2. Mills working fast, not wasting any time. Fastball, curve, he has a good one. Cut fastball, and he has a very good changeup. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
Boy, look at that foul ball by Peter Borges. Always a good sign. It's one of those foul balls where you can tell a guy has tremendous trust in his ability to fight off a pitch with his hands. Good reaction there.
Here's the 2-2, and that one is cut on and missed. He got him, struck him out. Mills strikes out Borges. That's the first out here in the Angels' first inning. Mills, in his spring appearances coming into this one, 3 of them, all with the Angels. 1 as a starter. And he had worked 6 innings this spring with the Angels, giving up 5 hits, 4 earned runs. He had a win for the Angels this spring. Of course, the Angels haven't hosted a whole lot of wins this spring. Here's the pitch. And that one is a pitch in there for strike. The victory, if I'm not mistaken, that Mills got with the Angels was actually in a split squad game. And it wasn't the game that was played here, so we didn't even see him pitch in that ball game. And the next delivery, and there's one that's bounced through on the left side, and that is going to be a base hit. So Luis Rodriguez is on with a 1-out single.
Continues to do a good job. Continues to get some playing time here as the Angels continue that battle for a backup spot in the infield. Brad Mills is a guy that, of course, as he saw the changeup with the one he struck out Borges with, that's one thing the Angels were never pleased about is his command overall, because he's not going to throw it by you, and he misses a lot with high changeups. We saw that even happening in the start against Baltimore last year.
So here's Brendan Harris, and the first one on him, it's in there for a called strike. Harris is playing first base, and he can play a lot of positions, which kind of works in his favor as far as maybe being one of the final players to earn a roster spot for opening day.
One of the things the Angels are finding out, and Mike Scioscia will not hide it, is you see more and more the value of a Meister Asturis when you're trying to replace a Meister Asturis.
Next pitch, that's lifted in the air into left field. Coming in, making the catch in fairly shallow left center is David Murphy. That's the second out.
Asturis now with the Toronto Blue Jays. He got a 3-year contract to go over to Canada.
So here's Hank Conger. He's batting cleanup. That was where he was at last night for the Angels in the game against the D-backs. Hank is hitting .353. He's in a fight for the backup catching spot.
Terry, what a game he called last night. I talked to him about it today, and he was quite proud of the fact that he and Reed were on the same page throughout the whole night.
They were. There's a pitch that is in there for a called strike.
I would say, you take the throwing away, and that was perhaps one of the best games he's called in spring training. Because we have seen Hank Conger call some very good games during the regular season, especially when he first came up that September. You recall that?
Yeah.
He was great.
He had a very respectable catcher's ERA.
Definitely. He was catching Santana and Weaver and Dan Herron. All very happy when they were throwing to him.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Angels have a base runner at first base with 2 outs. And the next pitch, that one is low on Conger. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Remember, the Angels hitting coach has done a brilliant job in slowing Conger down a little bit. He had a little twitching and turning of the hips to get set up from the right side, which Jim Epper got him away from, just to get him more steady with that body.
There's the 2-1, and Hank took a big cut at that off-speed pitch and misses it. We're talking about Conger's night last night working with Weaver, and the two were outstanding as Weaver went 7 scoreless innings. Conger had caught Weaver in a start back in the middle of March, and that was a game against Oakland where Jared Weaver had a very rough outing. Hank was his catcher in that ball game. That was a game where Jared gave up 8 runs in 2 innings, and he gave up 3 home runs in that ball game.
We just had nothing that day.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
And after that, I remember Jared was saying he had kind of going through the tired arm.
Little dead arm period.
Yep, dead arm in spring training. 2-2, fouled off by Hank, so he's battling. The count remains even.
Hey, you know what? I know that there's a lot of attention put on catcher's ERA, but sometimes you have a backup catcher who's catching your number 5 starter on a consistent basis. Your number 5 starter, and sometimes that slot is not the most consistent one, right, ERA-wise. And, of course, your catcher's ERA is going to be affected.
If the backup catcher is always catching the number 1 starter, then the backup catcher would figure to have a pretty good ERA.
You better believe it. Then he wouldn't be a backup catcher.
Here's the 2-2, and that one is low, 3-2. Well, you know, there have been times where certain very good starting pitchers have kind of their designated catcher, their personal catcher. We've seen that happen over the years.
And that guy is shining with his catcher's ERA.
Right. And it's helped keep some of those catchers in the game a little bit longer than maybe they would being a backup.
With Charlie O'Brien.
Yeah.
Eddie Perez.
There's one that's fouled back. 3-2 is the count. Yeah, I remember a number of years where there were certain pitchers for the Yankees, even though Jorge Posada was an all-star catcher and a very good catcher. Some of the Yankee starting pitchers preferred to pitch to the backup catcher. The pitch, Conger lifts it in the air to straightaway center. Under waiting is Martin. He'll put it away. Easy play, and that'll end the inning. So for the Angels here in the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. No score after 1. We head to the second here from Tempe on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. This copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. So Garrett Richards ready to work in inning number 2. He will face Beltre, Murphy, and Cruz. Garrett is ready, and here's the first one on Adrian Beltre, and he lines one over the third baseman Jimenez. That ball drops into left field where Shuck will play it back to the infield. First ball swinging Beltre. He's on with a leadoff hit.
He's had a slow spring, came in hitting only .227, but you don't have to worry too much about Adrian Beltre. He'll play on one leg if he has to and produce on one leg if he has to.
So the batter now is Murphy. left-handed batter who hit over 300 last year for Texas. Richards' first pitch on him, and it's popped up foul back above us and out of play.
Well, the Rangers have an interesting schedule, as we were talking about earlier. Tomorrow, they have a split squad. One group here in Surprise against Arizona, and then this main group will be traveling today to Arlington. They'll be playing the Mexico City Red Devils. Friday and Saturday, they're going to play in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio against the Padres.
Here's the pitch, and there's a drive. It's hit well into center field. Going back on it is Borges, has a beat, and near the rim of the track in straightaway center, he'll run that ball down. Murphy is retired. That one hit a good 400 feet to straightaway center. Goes 420 out there. So long out, one away.
That's pretty good wood right there by Murphy. Just dropped the barrel and the ball traveled. So the Rangers once again Friday, Saturday at San Antonio at the Alamo Dome against the Padres. Then they have the honor of being on the Major League Baseball opener on Sunday. They'll be in Houston. And that is the only game slated, the opener at Houston. Then travel to Texas to see the Angels next weekend.
Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike. You kind of intrigued me there, Jose, mentioning the Alamo Dome for baseball, because that stadium wasn't built for baseball. Right. So I'm kind of wondering what the dimensions will be, especially down the lines for that game.
Chicken wire action.
Yeah.
At the Coliseum in L.A.
Many years ago, right? 0-2 the count on Cruz.
Well, they'll be busy in the state of Texas for a while, between San Antonio, Houston, and Arlington.
2 strikes to count on Nelson Cruz. Richards' pitch. It's hit way up in the air on the left side. The shortstop, Romine, back on the outfield grass. He'll make the catch in very shallow left center. That's the second out. A.J. Przinsky will be the batter. See what kind of response the fans give him. Yep. Even in spring training, Angel fans boo A.J. Przinsky.
The beloved A.J. Przinsky. Talked to him a little bit before the game. Thrilled to be with the Rangers. A chance to win, he says.
He had a very good year last year. Turned out to be his final year with the White Sox. And he smacks that one on the first base side just over Harris, the first baseman, through into right field. Moving on to third base will be Beltre. And he's going to be held as Przinsky ends up with a double on that one. And they have runners at second and third. So that ball took a high bounce over the glove of Brendan Harris, who tried to jump up and stab it. Przinsky at second. On at third, Beltre, and now with 2 outs, the batter will be Mitch Moreland, the first baseman.
A little different timing there on that leap by Brendan Harris. You can see him slamming his glove or slapping his glove after the ball hit him. Tough play no matter what, and a tough read if you're not used to playing in that corner and against the left-handed batter playing that close in. Sometimes the reaction's not going to be right in tune as to when you're playing short or second.
So we'll see if Richards can get out of the 2-out trouble. Moreland's had a real good spring for Texas, hitting 400. He's hit 4 homers this spring. He's driven in 13 runs, and he takes that one low. 1-0 the count. Around the infield, the Angels have Brendan Harris playing first, Luis Rodriguez playing second, Luis Jimenez playing third, and Andrew Romine at short. J.B. Shuck in left. Peter Borges in center. Randall Grichuk is the right fielder. Conger catching, Hester DHing, and Richards pitching. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there. 1-1.
He's throwing that heavy sink that he possesses. Sometimes the sound of the bat tells you when somebody throws a heavy pitch, heavy ball. You're playing catch with somebody who get a taste of what a heavy ball is like.
1 ball, 1 strike on the left-handed hitting first baseman. Here's the pitch, and he fouls it off on the left side, way back and out of play. 1-2 the count.
It's another sign of a heavy ball. You saw the swing from Moreland going in one direction, and when the ball hits the bat, it takes off in another direction. Really got on him quickly.
The breeze today, it's blowing from right to left. It is blowing out to left and left center. Pretty good little jet stream right now. Will help some of the right-handed pull hitters and left-handed batters who take it the opposite way. The 1-2. And that is a called third strike. That was a good-looking pitch. Struck him out looking, and that'll end the inning. Boy, that was a good pitch. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave him at second and third. Bottom of the second coming up in Tempe. There's no score on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans win a 2-night stay, 1 round of golf and dinner for 2 at the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. Send a text with the message AM 830 Fantasy to 50352 to sign up. A contestant will be announced daily starting on opening day, April the 1st, when the Angels play in Cincinnati. Full contest rules are available at am830.net. The keyword is fantasy, and it's all brought to you by the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. So the first batter up for the Angels is John Hester. He's the DH for the Angels today. And then he'll be followed by Luis Jimenez and J.B. Shuck against lefty Brad Mills. Brad Mills leaving the Angels. He ends up with a 1-0 career record as an Angel and a 0 ERA.
That was a nice short run. He expressed his disappointment, though, after he got sent down after that one start against the Orioles.
Yeah, he shut him down for the 5 innings. He faced him at the Big A last year and never saw him again. There's a pitch that evens up the count. It's 1-1 on John Hester.
Keep in mind, Brad Mills came over to the Angels, traded for Jeff Mathis.
Right. 1-1, and that is a called strike on the outside corner.
Mathis now with the Miami Marlins, and he is hurt.
Yeah, one of his teammates on that Miami club, Casey Kochman. There's a pitch that's high.
Never know. Signed by the same man. How about that?
Right.
Well, it goes around. Tom Kochman and his influence. And Kochman Sr., the father, no longer with the Angels organization after a nice run as a scout and as a manager.
2-2 pitch. That's popped down the right side, tight to the line. That is a fair ball. Hester is going to go for 2. He better hurry. He'll be able to get there as the ball ended up rolling in foul territory by the time Cruz could get it. So John Hester goes the opposite way, leads off the Angels second with a double just inside the foul line, and that'll bring up Jimenez.
It's a good job of hitting. Consider, Terry, all the bullpens and many sessions that John Hanser had against Brad Mills and catching him. And he takes the approach, if I know Brad Mills is not going to try to get me out with that fastball, he's going to spot it. Well, he threw the fastball to spot it away and in. And he dumped it to right field.
So here's Jimenez. He's hitting .262 this spring. And he fouls that one off on the right side, backing out of play. Oh, and 1 is the count. J.B. Shuck is waiting on deck. Next pitch. And that one misses high on Jimenez.
Luis Jimenez has a big job right here because last night he missed a hit and run. And I'm not going to say that was the reason he was taken out of a game, but he was taken out of the game in the 5th inning.
Here's the next pitch, and he chops that one foul back behind the plate.
And his job is to get that guy over from 2nd to 3rd. And I just heard Mike Scioscia in Spanish say, "Vámonos."
So he wants him to get a move on. Get it done. We'll see if he can get Hester over to third base. Object here.
Now he's just got to react to the pitch.
Hit it on the right side somewhere, and there he fouls one off on the left side. So he's battling with 2 strikes, 1 and 2. Jimenez must be thinking to himself, man, I'm back in this same spot again here. My next at bat after having that rough spell last night.
Yeah, he missed the hit and run sign. The guy got thrown out. And see ya. Bit of correction here and there.
Here's the 1-2, and he does hit it on the right side. The catch is going to be made by Martin. The center fielder will grab it. Hester is going to tag, and he will advance on that flyout.
And the first guy to get out of his chair, Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Yep.
That's how you teach the lesson to the young guy. You know, he's in the doghouse for a few innings, but you don't keep him there. You got to build his confidence after you send the message.
The reaction that he is getting in that Angel dugout, you would have thought he just got an RBI hit right there.
Terry, I think everybody was well aware of what happened with him last night.
Right.
No doubt. Make him feel good right now.
So now the infield is brought in.
Jimenez cannot hide that smile. A very popular young man in the clubhouse. They call him Lucho.
He's a possible 2020 guy, Jimenez. He came close to doing it last year in AAA as far as home runs and stolen bases. There's one that's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play by J.B. Shuck, who's trying to get that runner in. We're scoreless, bottom of the 2nd. Angels have a 1-out base runner at 3rd. Hester, he has fair speed at best.
This is a big stretch of games for J.B. Shuck, and he has not disappointed. Good test here against the lefty.
Here's the next pitch, and that one came up and in on him, and it actually hit his bat as he was trying to back away, so it's a foul ball. Shuck right now was in a good spot to make the Angels opening day roster, and certainly a guy when spring training began, you wouldn't have called him any favorite to make a roster on opening day. But he's earned it, and we'll see if he ends up getting it. And there's a pitch that's low.
Well, just consider he's getting more playing time than Cole Calhoun, and he also has seen a guy that was on the 40-man roster, still is, Scott Cousins, get sent down to minor league camp, and he's still around with an average hovering around the 350s.
Shuck is not on the 40-man roster, so he would have to be put on the roster to make the opening day 20-man roster for the Angels. J.B. Shuck, a non-roster invitee, but a former big league player.
25-man roster is precious.
Here's a bouncing ball hit to the first baseman. Hester breaks for the plate. Contact play was on, and he's in a rundown, and Beltre is going to apply the tag on him. On that play, Shuck was able to get to 2nd, so he is in scoring position, but the Rangers cut down the runner between 3rd and home, and that'll be out number 2 on the fielder's choice.
We'll go 3-2-5. Well executed on both sides. The Rangers' priority is to get the man at home plate. They get him. And Alfredo Griffin, very active, pointing to Shuck. Don't stay. Keep turning. It takes a lot also from the guy in the rundown to make sure he doesn't get tagged out too soon.
So Randall Grichuk is up from minor league camp. We saw him get into the game last night against the D-backs as well. And Grichuk has a chance to drive in his first run this spring for the Angels. Runner at second, 2 outs, and he swings and misses that one. He's had 15 at bats, 5 hits. That's a .333 batting average. Former first-round pick of the Angels, Randall Grichuk.
He's got some pop the other way. Here's a good time to keep that approach.
Here's the pitch, and he looks that one over. That pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Grichuk, a much more relaxed player. That's what Mike Scioscia has been telling me throughout camp. Not as robotic anymore, not as mechanical, just letting those natural abilities take over. He's put up some good numbers here in camp.
Next pitch, he pops that one back foul behind the plate. Grichuk, first round pick by the Angels in 2009, 24th player selected overall. The next pick in that draft also owned by the Angels, and with the 25th pick overall in that first round in 2009, the Angels selected Mike Trout.
Oh, that guy?
That guy.
That's it?
1-2 pitch. Popped up on the right side. Near foul territory. In foul ground is Moreland. He's under. He'll make the catch on that one, and that will end the inning. So the Angels had Hester at third with 2 outs, but unable to get him in, and the Angels will end up leaving 1 runner on base. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. To complete the third is next. No score in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Is right around the corner, and on Tuesday, April the 9th, the Angels will take on the Oakland A's at the Big A. Game time 7:05. Fans in attendance receive a wall calendar. It's courtesy of Smart and Final while supplies last. To purchase tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or angels.com. So here is Martin batting, and the first pitch, that one is a ball, 1-0. Leonis Martin, he's had a good spring for Texas. He will be on their roster and will probably platoon a lot in center field with Craig Gentry, depending on whether a right-hander or a left-hander is on the mound facing Texas. Here's the 1-0, and that one is a pitch in there for a called strike. 1-1 to count. Garrett is ready, and the pitch. And that one is a pitch that's high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Leonis Martin, one of those guys that is in awe of what Yasiel Puig was able to do with the Dodgers. Hit over 500 in the Cactus League, and yesterday optioned to Double-A.
Here's the next pitch, and he bounces that one sharply. Funny hop. It's fielded by Rodriguez, the second baseman. He makes a nice play to get him at first, and that's the first out.
Well, originally, in a play like that, of course, Rodriguez knows that Martin runs very well. And you're ready to catch the ball, get set, and fire away. But you also look at that last hop and what it did, taking Rodriguez back. That's why he was in a position to go ahead and flip it off balance to get rid of the baseball quickly.
So after that ground out off the bat of Martin, Mike Scioscia has gone out to the mound, and we're going to have a pitching change as Jerome Williams will be coming in to replace Richards. We'll have Richards' numbers when we get back. Breaking the action here in the third. One out, no one on, no score. Pitching change coming up on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Welcome to the #1.
Jerome Williams is the new pitcher for the Angels. He's had a rough spring. This will be his 5th appearance and his 2nd one in relief. His ERA is right around 10.5 coming into this outing here in the Cactus League. And the first pitch to Kinsler, a swing and a miss.
It doesn't matter if it's spring training or whatever it is. Jerome Williams needs to shut down the Texas Rangers. They are in his head.
And the pitch, he fires another strike on Kinsler, 0-2.
He got absolutely torched last time out against the Rangers as a starter.
That ball game was less than a week ago, and the next delivery, the 0-2 on Kinsler, he swings and misses. It struck him out, and Jerome off to a quick start. 3-pitch strikeout there.
He went to this short slider. Not that looping breaking ball, or the fastball sometimes stays over the middle way too much. Pretty good finish on every one of those pitches there.
Here's the pitch. And that one a little bit low. One ball, no strikes. Next delivery. Grounded sharply on the left side. It skips off the glove of Romine, and he just picks it up, no throw. We'll see how they score. That ball was hit hard, and it was hit deep in the hole. Andrew tried to backhand it, and it hit off his glove, and they're going to score that a 2-out single.
It will go as a base hit, but right now I can guarantee you that Andrew Romine wishes he had a chance to catch this one again. It's a play that he can make, not calling it a routine play.
Andrews, who just got that infield hit, will be lifted, and Jurickson Profar, a very good young, talented player for Texas, will come in to pinch run for him. The Texas starters are only slated to get 2 at-bats today, so that's one of the reasons why Andrews was lifted, and Kinsler, who was the second batter in the inning, he's probably done for the day as well. And
get a couple ABs and get ready for your charter.
Right.
First of the season.
So we'll probably see a whole lot of new faces for them defensively when we get into the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch, and that one is lifted in the air by Berkman into left center field. That ball's in the gap, and it'll take a bounce and hit off the wall. Profar is going into third. He's going to be waved around. He will come in to score. And on the Berkman opposite field double, Texas on the board first. It's 1-0 Rangers.
Well, the hitting continues against Jerome Williams, and this time Vance Berkman using all that great leverage and going the other way. Tremendous use of that backside, a pitch up in the zone, and Williams unable to deliver the type of quality pitches he threw to Ian Kinsler.
So we'll have a pinch runner for Berkman as well. And at the plate is Beltre. This will very likely be his final at bat today. Here's the pitch, and he goes after that one and fouls it back behind the plate. No balls, 1 strike to count.
Solarte is the runner at second base. Minor league player.
Jerome trying to get the final out. And the 0-1 grounded sharply on the left side. That's going to go through for a base hit. Being waved around as the pinch runner. Here comes the throw by Shuck. It'll be cut off. He'll score. And they've had 3 straight hits here with 2 outs. Another run for Texas. They have a 2-0 lead.
And it's a matter of confidence. Adrian Beltre now 2 for 2. A couple of hard hit balls to the left side today. At some point, these hitters go out there anticipating something hittable. There's absolutely no doubt. They anticipate it, they see it, and they don't waste it against Jerome Williams.
Jeff Baker is the pinch runner now for Beltre. So he ended up going 2 for 2 with an RBI. 2-0 Rangers, still 2 outs. Murphy is the batter. He takes that one for a strike. Boy, Jerome came in, Jose, and he got Kinsler and made him look bad. A 3-pitch strikeout, and then a 2-out single, a 2-out double, and a 2-out single here. Here's the next pitch, and that's waved at and missed by Murphy. 0-2 the count. Here's the next delivery. Murphy taking that one low and away. 1-2 is the count. He is the 6th batter up in the inning. The inning started off with Martin grounding out, and then Richards was lifted for Williams, who struck out Kinsler. But then 3 straight hits coming with 2 outs and a couple of runs. Here's the 1-2 on Murphy. Pop back foul to our left back and out of play. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're checking out Angels baseball here on this Wednesday, the final Cactus League game for the Angels. Glad to have you aboard on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota and our producer-engineer Darren Chan. One-two again on Murphy. Grounds it foul on the first base side. So the count holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans, don't forget, groups of 20 or more can now experience Angel games in a whole new way. The new Trout Farm, presented by the Smile Generation, is the official cheering section for Angels outfielder Mike Trout. Groups sitting in this section will receive an exclusive Trout Farm shirt with their purchase. For more info and purchase tickets, visit angels.com/groups. And on the 1-2 delivery, a breaking ball cut on and missed. Murphy is a strikeout victim. So Jerome gets a pair of strikeouts coming in for Richards in the inning, but also allows a pair of runs. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. Bottom of the third is next. 2-0 Texas on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Andrew Romine will lead it off for the Angels. Angels down by a score of 2-0 as we get set for the bottom of the third, and Mills delivers. That pitch misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. A number of changes around the infield for Texas. New second baseman is Leori Garcia. New third baseman Jeff Baker. New shortstop is Jorickson Profar. And they have a new left fielder. That is Julio Borbon.
So it was Jan Hervis Solarte that came in to run for Lance Berkman, and he stays in as the designated hitter for Texas. Jan Hervis Solarte.
Here's the pitch, and that one misses inside. 3-0 the count. Here's the next delivery, and that one misses on the 3-0. It's a 4-pitch walk for Romine. So the Angels leadoff man is on. That's the first walk surrendered by Brad Mills. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Peter Borges will bat. He was a strikeout victim his first time up against Brad Mills. And the first pitch, that one is high and away.
Oh, we've seen Peter Borges here this last week of camp doing a great job bunting. Has put down a couple of dandies to both sides of the infield.
Mills is ready, and the next pitch. That's in there for a called strike. The Angels and Dodgers tomorrow at the Big A. Joe Blanton against Hyun-Jin Ryu. Here's the pickoff toss over to first base as Mills keeping an eye on Romine. Game 2 of the Freeway Series. That'll be Friday night at Dodger Stadium. That looks like a matchup of Jason Vargas for the Angels, Josh Beckett for the Dodgers. And then Saturday at the Big A, Tommy Hanson against former Angel Zach Greinke.
I understand former Angel Kevin Gregg having a pretty good spring for the Dodgers.
He's trying to make their club as a non-roster pitcher. 1-1 pitch. Popped in the air into shallow right field. Camping under and making the grab on that one is Nelson Cruz, and that'll be out number 1. Luis Rodriguez will be the batter. Brad Mills is a guy who doesn't throw very hard. He's a finesse left-hander, and he's out there usually trying to trick hitters. Former walk-on at the University of Arizona. He has a civil engineering degree from Arizona. And the pitch, that one is in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Quite familiar with this area, of course, and if he's going to be claimed by a team, very happy it happened here with another team around the Valley of the Sun. Let's see what happens with him here in the next 3 or 4 days.
Here's the pitch. He misses high and away with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Teams must submit their roster not before their first game, but before the Major League opener. So that means Saturday. Rosters have to be submitted.
Mills is ready. Taking a little bit more time with the runner on, working from the stretch, and he misses inside with that one. He's fallen behind 2 balls and 1 strike. Nice crowd today here in Tempe. We have more than I thought we were going to have for this ball game.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, ice cold there, water, peanuts here.
Here's the next pitch. And that one misses a little bit low, so it's 3-1.
Always good with so many families and able to make the trip with a young one still on spring break. You can never guess when spring break is going to fall for so many of the school districts.
Right.
Some won't have it until next month.
Here's the 3-1. That's hit in the air into left center field, and that ball's hit well in left center. It's going to be a gapper and roll all the way out to the wall. Going into third base for the Angels is Romine. He will come in to score. Rodriguez has his second hit of the day. Angels get a run on the board and slice the Texas lead to 2-1.
Well, leadoff walk, and the Angels make Mills immediately pay for it. And that is a location where absolutely Mills cannot be pitching at. And he had made a couple of mistakes already. The Angels are now seeing him for a second time here in the lineup. And Rodriguez continues to put a little pressure on those decisions that have to be made. Right around the last game of the Freeway Series in Anaheim on Saturday.
Here's Brendan Harris stepping up. He flied out to left his first time up. Tying a run at second. Here's the first pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Harris with the fly ball to left his first time up. Mills has the sign and the 0-1 pitch. That one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As you mentioned, the fans looking forward to the opener at home, April 9th against the Oakland Athletics. 3 against Oakland, 9th, 10th, and 11th, and then the Houston Astros. And the American League West will be in Anaheim for that weekend, 12th, 13th, and 14th of April.
Next pitch, and that one is inside on Harris. 2-1 to count.
So the Angels will see Oakland, Houston, Detroit, and Texas come visit the Big A in the opening month. So make your plans to come see the Halos.
Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one is low. Yeah, that second homestand, the 19th through the 24th of April, Angels facing 2 good teams in that one, Detroit and Texas, a couple of playoff teams last year in the American League.
The A's, the defending division champs.
Here's the next delivery, and that ball is hit well into right center field. A long run for Martin, and he makes a fine running catch right out near the rim of the track. Tagging is the runner at second base, Rodriguez, on that deep fly out, and he'll move from second to third. Harris is retired. Martin went after that one and got it. That ball was hit a long way, but it's out number 2, and here's Hank Conger.
Another pitch up in the zone, and the Angels do a good job driving it. They took somebody like Martin with a little help from the wind that's blowing across from right to left field to deaden that ball in the air a little bit for him.
So let's see if Conger can tie this game up. Hank flied out to center his first time up. And he takes a big cut at that pitch and misses it. 0-1 is the count on Hank Conger. Conger, 25 years old, switch hitting catcher. Former first-round pick of the Angels. Trying to win a spot as the Angel backup catcher. Here's the pitch, and he swings and misses that one. He's in the hole. It's 0-2.
Oh, he is trying to hit the ball beyond the peak and the buttes here right now. He's toned it down a little bit, Terry.
He's taking some big swings.
Yeah, that's the wrong approach against somebody like Brad Mills.
So the 2-strike pitch. Tried to sneak one on the outside part of the plate. A fastball misses. 1-2.
As we talk about the peak, the wind is certainly picking up here in Arizona.
Infield backed up. Here's the 1-2 on Conger. A little low. 2-2.
Terry, which also means that we're going to see the landing patterns start changing here at Sky Harbor. It's always a great thing about working here, too, is just watching planes go in and out.
Yep. Usually we see them coming from the center field area and heading towards left field. The landing pattern. There's a swing and a miss at a 2-strike delivery. Conger took some big cuts. That matchup against Mills, but comes up empty, and that'll end the inning. Angels settle for a run, had 1 hit, 1 walk, no errors, and leave a base runner at third. We've completed 3, and we go to the 4th here in Tempe. It's 2-1 Texas on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Duh.
We move to the 4th inning, and it's brought to you by Tustin Mazda and Huntington Beach Mazda, located right in the heart of Orange County. Nelson Cruz will lead it off against Jerome Williams. This is probably Cruz's final at bat of the day, and he takes it for a called strike on the outside corner. Cruz, Pierzynski, and Moreland all likely batting for the final time in the game. Here's the next pitch. Chopped on the third base side. Handling the tricky hop is Jimenez. His throw will easily cut down Cruz. 5-3 on the ground out. 1 away. Pierzynski the batter.
Good job by Jerome getting that leading one out of the way and also pitching to the defense. The Angels had a pretty good shift in their left side of the infield with Jimenez and Roman playing very close to each other right before that pitch.
So here is A.J. Pierzynski. He signed a 1-year deal with the Texas Rangers. So he'll be a free agent at the end of this season, just like he was a free agent at the end of last year. But he chops that one foul over by the Angels on deck circle.
Yeah, pretty much for the White Sox, came down to a monetary decision, and time to move on and open up the door for the young catcher. Tyler Flowers, the number 1.
Next pitch on Pierzynski, takes that one for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
For years, a huge contributor to the White Sox and their style of play. This guy set the standard. Like him or not, guy plays hard.
And he takes a big cut at that one and misses it 1-2. He's a guy who's normally swinging the bat. He's been in the big leagues going back to 1998. And in 15 seasons in the majors, he's averaged only 17 walks a season. So he swings the bat, and he does it there, and he fouls that one off over on the first base side.
Angels got to look at Pierzynski early in his career with the Minnesota Twins. And there's one stop that most people forget about that Pierzynski had. 1 year with San Francisco Giants.
The 1-2 pitch. Chopped by the mound and threw into right center field. A 2-strike single for Pierzynski, his second hit of the game. So he is on. They haven't brought in a pinch runner for him, so because he's catching today, maybe they want to have him get in a few more innings behind the plate before he leaves the ball game.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Giants. He played at 131 games for San Francisco back in 2004. Hit 272. 11 home runs, and he drove in 77 runs for the Giants that year.
Here's the next batter, and this is Moreland popping it up foul on the third base side, but it's going to get back to the seats and out of play. Think about A.J. Pierzynski and mentioning the fact that Pierzynski has been in this game for a long time, 15 seasons. He's been on the disabled list one time in his big league career.
Got to respect that. And Ozzie Guillen, his former manager, told me to get him out of the lineup, it's a fight.
Yeah, well, he only
doesn't matter if it's a day game. It does not matter what time the previous game ended at night. He's in there.
He's on the move. The pitch is low. The throw to second. He steals second base.
And there he goes again. This is stolen on Jerome Williams, paying zero attention to him. Mike Sucha was not all that concerned about Pierzynski, but Pierzynski won the mental battle on that one.
Tell you about A.J. Pierzynski. The only time he was on the disabled list in his big league career, that was back in the 2011 season, and it was a broken wrist which put him on the DL that year. There's a pitch that's fouled back by Moreland. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And yes, Terry, he made my gamers list.
They put him on there?
He's an AL catcher. Yadi Molina, gamers list for me, National League catcher.
Here's the 1-2. It's a broken bat grounder right to the second baseman. Rodriguez will easily throw out Moreland. That's the second out. Pierzynski moves over to third. And Martin will be the next batter against Jerome Williams. Leonis Martin, the Cuban defector.
Better go check out Terry Smith's. Yep, Terry.
Who'd I have?
Pierzynski.
All right.
Yeah, Fielder, Pedroia, Josh Donaldson, Jeter, Pierzynski.
What about my National League catcher on the all-gamer team?
Buster Posey.
Here's the pitch. Fouled back behind the plate. Why is it that you remember my picks better than I remember them? Now you're really making me wonder here out loud.
Like if I'm making this up? It's called the iPhone list.
All right. That's kind of sad when somebody else remembers what you did instead of remembering it yourself.
No, I'm not going to give myself that much credit. There's something called notes on your iPhone. That's where I got it.
Well,
saved.
I wouldn't know because I don't have an iPhone. Maybe one of the few people right now in the country that do not have an iPhone.
But Terry, there's still time.
Yeah, I can still live right now without one.
There's still time to get one too, though.
There's a pitch that's swung on and missed. I actually had someone offer me a free iPhone during the offseason. One of our colleagues, actually. I did.
Man, that's how beloved you are.
Not to mention any names, but...
was it Mike Socha?
No, it wasn't Soch. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that is a called third strike. Struck him out. Looking good pitch for Jerome. And he prevents that runner from coming in and scoring. They strand a runner in scoring position to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We are headed to the bottom. number of changes for Texas defensively, and we'll get to those in just a moment as we move now to the bottom of the fourth inning. Angels down by a run 2-1. First batter will be John Hester. Hester, Jimenez, and Shuck. The new first baseman is Brandon Snyder. The new right fielder is Jim Adusti. There is a new catcher in the ball game, Jose Felix. And the first pitch on Hester, ball to count, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next delivery, and Hester cuts at that one and misses it. Angels have a run on 3 hits. Texas 2 runs. They've had 7 hits. Angels' second series of the regular season will be in Arlington against the Rangers. The Rangers are going to throw Holland, Harrison, and Darvish in that series.
Yeah, that's the way it's predicting as of right now.
There's a pitch that misses low. The Angels, I guess, figure to throw Vargas and Hansen and Weaver.
That's as of right now,
right,
too.
As of right now. Here's the pitch. That is hit well into left field, but right near the left fielder and camping under his Bourbon. Hester is retired on that liner. That's the first down. Now, Mike Scioscia has not announced his rotation yet, but we're assuming that when the Angels open up the season on Monday in Cincinnati, Jared Weaver will go.
And he also kept the possibility open of Vargas perhaps pitching in Cincinnati. That's one reason why he sent him out to pitch against the National League team one time. So we'll see what happens. The flexibility he needs.
Here's the pitch, and Jimenez lifts one in the air into shallow right center. The second baseman goes back, and that is Leori Garcia. He'll make the catch on that one. That's the second out.
Also on that note is, today was the day for C.J. Wilson. C.J. Wilson will not be pitching today in the minor leagues as was anticipated yesterday. He'll pitch tomorrow in a minor league game. While the Angels are at the Big A. C.J. staying back here in camp. Just nothing out of the ordinary through the years. Mike Scioscia, Mike Butcher have pushed guys back to keep him here stretched out.
Here's the pitch on J.B. Shuck. He takes that one for a strike, 1-0. Shuck with a fielder's choice so far in this ball game. And that was when the Angels had Hester gunned down on the contact play. Here's the bouncing ball hit near second, and it skips off the glove, and Garcia recovers, but his throw is late over to first base. So Shuck, who can run a little bit, is on, and the inning continues here with 2 outs. Randall Grichuk will be the next batter.
Well, you try to make that play in a softer field, and your hands are going to be softer themselves. But in this field, goodness, that ball's going to take off on you. That's what happened there with Garcia.
So they're going to give Shuck a hit on it. He'll take it. And Grichuk will step to the plate. Here's the pitch, and Randall Grichuk takes a first pitch fastball high. I want to remind you all season long that the power of the lineup, it's brought to you by Loan Mart. If you need cash fast, and if you have a car that's paid off or almost paid off, get $2,500 to $50,000 today with a quick and easy car title loan. Call 1-800-LOAN-MART today. Next pitch, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to count. If you're just tuning in or rejoining us, 2-1 Texas. Rangers got 2 in the third. Angels are running the bottom of the third. We're in the bottom of the fourth right now. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Richard popped out his first time up. Mills is ready, the former Angel on the hill for Texas. They just claimed him about a week ago. Angels put him on the waiver wire. One ball and 2 strikes on Randall Grichuk. Next delivery, he hits that one foul down the left side, backing out of play. Well, the one thing, Jose, knock on wood here as we play the final Cactus League game. The Angels came out of spring training pretty good shape injury-wise.
Always one of the things you hope for coming into camp.
Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Fooled on that one is Grichuk. He took something off that pitch, struck him out, and that'll end the inning. No runs. The Angels had a hit, no errors, and for the 4th inning in a row, runner left on base. 5th inning is next. 2-1 Texas on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. So we go to the 5th inning. Jerome Williams still on the mound for the Angels. He's worked an inning and 2/3 so far. Top of the batting order for the Rangers. This is Kinsler's spot. He was 1 for 2 today. And the first pitch on Yori Garcia. And that one is a ball. It's 1-0. Profar will be up next. Here's the pitch. Rounded on the first base side, right at the first baseman, Brendan Harris. He'll easily beat Garcia to the bag. And one quick out to start off the 5th inning.
Hopefully it's a trend that Jerome Williams will continue on here. He's projected to go deep into this game before we see Jepson, Burnett, and Ernesto Frieri.
So here is Profar. Profar turned 20 years old a little over a month ago.
Well, he's projected as the man, top prospect in all of baseball.
Yep. He was in the big leagues last year briefly with Texas as a teenager. And 9 games for them last year. He hit 176. First pitch is in there on him. It's 0-1.
He did not disappoint with that first at-bat. Hit a home run in Cleveland.
And here's the next delivery. Profar takes that one for a called strike. He's from the Netherland Antilles, born in Curacao. He's in the hole. It's no balls, 2 strikes. One of the brightest prospects in the game. And that pitch is a pitch he tries to hold up on and went around, struck him out. He actually ended up on his backside That pitch was so far inside, he was trying to get away from it, but also offered at it. And he is a strikeout victim for out number 2.
That's called getting tied up with a big league cut fastball for the young prospect. There's no way to react to that one. Probably hasn't seen that pitch a whole lot.
So Solarte is the batter. He's swinging from the left side. This is his first at bat. He came in a run for Berkman back in the 3rd inning. And Jervis Solarte. And the pitch. That one is outside. One and one is the count. And the pitch. He hits one way up in the air into medium right center. Let's see who's going to call for it. It looks like Grichuk. He's there under. He'll put it away. And that's it for Solarte in Texas, as Jerome Williams throws only 7 pitches here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. Bottom of the 5th is next. Still 2-1 Rangers on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. The Rangers will make a pitching change as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And the new pitcher is Yoshinori Tateyama, who was with them a bit last season. This spring for Texas. Appearance number 5. And he's worked 4 innings, giving up 4 hits and 2 earned runs. So Tateyama is the new pitcher. He pitched 11 years in Japan, and he's kind of been up and down between Texas and the minors the last few years. Here's the first pitch. That one is fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Tateyama is from Osaka, Japan. He lives in Hokkaido. A veteran, 37-year-old, 5'10", and a light 165 pounds.
Yeah, very skinny. 0-1 pitch. That's an off-speed pitch. It's in there on Romine, and he's in the hole. It's 0-2. So Brad Mills, the Texas starter, went 4 innings. He gave up 4 hits. A run he was earned. He walked 1, struck out 3. 2-strike pitch on Romine. Missed inside. 1-2 the count.
Throughout his professional career, Tateyama has started a total of 7 games. And they will happen in Japan.
Here's his next delivery, and it's chopped foul over on the first base side.
Their Japanese totals: 17 wins, 27 losses, 3.09 ERA, 301 games, 7 starts, 1 complete game.
He's ready, and here's the pitch. That one a little slurve. It's outside, and it's 2-2.
And a very close friend of Yu Darvish, the Japanese megastar.
There's a pitch that's outside. It's now 3-2. Tateyama got to Texas before Darvish. He made his major league debut for the Rangers in the 2011 season. And the next delivery on the 3-2, that's ball 4. Romine has had a pair of walks leading off innings today, once in the third and now here leading off the bottom of the fifth. So the Angels have a base runner, and Peter Borges will be the next hitter.
Yeah, Terry, so, tied into Darvish when the Rangers won that posting fee. Tateyama was going to work as to why Darvish should sign with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah. Peter Borges has had an 0 for 2 day, a strikeout and a flyout. Pickoff toss to first. Diving back to the bag goes Romine. Romine has good speed. In his career in the minors, he has stolen a lot of bases. He had 23 last year for AAA Salt Lake.
It's a good time to take a look at Tateyama, what he brings timing-wise, and try to get on the bases here running.
And there he goes, a pitch out. Here's the throw to second, and applying the tag is the shortstop Profar. The new catcher, Jose Felix, guns down Romine trying to steal, and they guessed right. They called a pitch out.
Well, a pitch out, Romine looking in. It might have been a hit and run, but obviously not much you can do on a pitch out with a hit and run. And a nice play catching the baseball and then applying the tag there by Profar.
We saw Arizona pitch out last night when the Angels were running. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike.
More times than not, you're going to get a lot of opponents doing that against the Angels with that repetition they have. According to the game situation here.
1-1 pitch. Peter Borges lifts it in the air down the right field side. Long run for Ducey, and he will make a sliding catch in foul territory, and that'll be the second out. That was good hustle by Jim Ducey. 2 are gone. Luis Rodriguez, who's driven in the only Angel run so far, will be the next batter. Fans, don't forget the annual Angels 5K and Fun Run presented by Sports Chalet and Denny's will take place this Saturday. Now, participants will run a course through the Big A, receive a commemorative shirt and a ticket to see the Angels host the Dodgers later on Saturday night. For more info, you can visit angels.com/5K. You can also sign up for the annual Angels 5K and Fun Run. First pitch of ball, it's 1-0 on Rodriguez. Tateyama's pitch. He's high and away with that one. 2-0.
Got a chance yesterday over at Talking Sticks who talked to one of the members of the new Arizona Diamondbacks TV team, Steve Berthune, pairing up with former manager and outstanding broadcaster Bob Brenly.
There's a pitch that's in there. Yeah. Bob Brenly was the D-backs manager, and now he's one of their broadcasters.
World Championship manager, by the way. Comes back to Arizona for a stint with the Chicago Cubs.
Here's the pitch, and that one is outside. Buck Martinez is an announcer for Toronto. He used to be their manager. Jerry Coleman is an announcer for the Padres. He used to be their manager. What's going on here? The pitch, liner right at the first baseman Snyder. It was hit sharply there by Rodriguez. He's retired for the first time today. In the inning, no runs, the leadoff walk, no errors, and nobody left. 5 in the books. The 6th is next. Still 2-1 Texas on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. We get ready to move to the 6th inning. It's still 2-1 in favor of Texas. The Angels have made a lot of changes. We'll alert you of those in just a moment. The first batter is Jeff Baker, and this is going to be his first time up today. And he hits one on the right side. That's going to drop into right center field for a base hit. First ball swinging. Baker has a single. That cleanup spot's been productive for Texas today. Beltre, who was in there at the start of the game, had 2 hits. Now Baker batting the cleanup spot as a single. So Bourbon will be the next batter.
Bourbon has played very well here this spring, and the word is there's been some interest from other ball clubs. For a guy that at one point was the starting center fielder for the Texas Rangers, getting himself back in the map and among the trade talk here late in spring.
He's a left-handed batter. He's out of options, so they have a bit of a dilemma as far as Julio Bourbon.
Center field job has been won by Martin and Craig Gentry.
Pickoff toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes Baker. Bourbon hitting .333 this spring. And he's played a lot. He's had 54 at-bats for them.
Pretty good butter. Does a good time here.
Here's the pitch. He takes it all the way for a called strike. The Angels defensively, Efren Navarro is now playing first base. Caleb Cowart is now playing third base. Brendan Harris, who was playing first, he's moved to short. Romine has left the game. Taylor Lindsay has taken over at second base. Luis Rodriguez leaves the game. And the Angels have shuffled up the outfield a little bit as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and there's a bunt, but it's fouled back behind the plate. J.B. Shuck, who began the game for the Angels in left field, he's moved to center. Peter Borges has left the game, and Cole Calhoun has come in to take over in left. 0-2 the count on Bourbon. 6th inning, still 2-1 Texas. All the scoring in the third. Texas got their pair. The Angels got their one in the third. Here's a little pop foul out of the reach of the third baseman Cowart, and the count 0-2.
A very effective cut fastball there by Jerome Williams, right in on the hand of Bourbon.
Williams came into the ball game back in the third inning. He's now working here in the 6th. Here's the 0-2. That one is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jerome has struggled this spring. The 2 Texas runs are against him, and just under 3 innings so far in this ball game. And the next pitch. That's a liner by the mound and through into center field. So they have back-to-back hits to start the inning off. Baker and Bourbon. And Williams is in some trouble here with no outs.
His issues have always been against the Rangers in the regular season. He has a career ERA 7.85 against Texas. He had Bourbon exactly where he wanted. Made some good pitches in on his hands, but not able to repeat it. That's been the issue pretty much affecting Jerome throughout this spring, is lack of repetition on quality pitches, especially where he lives when he's effective and good. Down in the zone, natural movement with that fastball.
So here's a Ducey, a left-handed batter. Ducey has opened up some eyes in camp for Texas. Not going to be on their club, but certainly has performed well. And he bunts one out in front of the plate. Williams has to hurry the throw to first, and he gets him on that sacrifice. But Baker is now at third, and Bourbon at second with 1 out. Jose Felix will be the batter. He took over behind the plate for Przinski, and he's hitting out of his spot as well. This will be his first time up. Felix has had only 9 at-bats for Texas this spring with 3 hits. The Angels have brought the infield in. We'll see if the Rangers have a contact play here with 1 out. Runners at second and third. And the pitch that's fouled off over near the Angels on deck circle where the Angels coaching staff is seated.
Jose Felix out of Guasave in Mexico. Last year played in Frisco for the Rangers. .260 average, 7 home runs, 41 RBIs. Played in 82 ball games. Career .255 average in the minor leagues, 432 games. Very good fielding catcher.
Jose Felix, the batter, is a former Major League player that was named Felix Jose. Remember him?
There you go. El Caballo.
Yeah. There's a toss over to first base. Remember being with Felix Jose. He was a funny character.
Oh, my goodness.
1 ball, no strikes on Jose Felix. Infield brought in. Here's the pitch. And that one is chopped foul over on the left side. Jerome has gotten into trouble here in this inning, trying to find a way to work out of it.
He's got Felix in a situation now where he can expand his own. And the crouch he has, try to get something up above the hands here.
He has him deep in the hole, the 0-2 pitch, and he got him to chase one low and away. He struck him out. That was a good pitch there. So that's a big out. 2 are gone.
That's a big pitch and a pretty good sequence all the way around. Got him looking for something in and got him to change that pitch that we saw earlier when Williams came in and struck out Ian Kinster very quickly on 3 pitches. It was that short slider.
So Brandon Snyder is the batter, and this is his first time up. He's hitting out of the 8 hole. 2 outs now. Infield can back up, and the first one on Snyder, that's in there for a called strike. He hasn't hit much for Texas this spring, just 4 for 24. Batting average under 200. Right-hander against right-hander. And the next pitch, that's fouled off on the right side, so Jerome has jumped in front of him. No balls and 2 strikes. Snyder was in 40 games last year for Texas. He hit .277. Jerome is ready, trying to get the final out, and the next delivery, that one missed. 1-2 the count. Snyder hitting just .167 this spring. Williams is set. Eyes the target, and the 2-strike pitch. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hope you're enjoying the action. Angels Cactus League baseball here on this Wednesday. The final game here in Arizona. 3 more spring training games remaining in Southern California. 2 at the Big A, 1 at Dodger Stadium. The Angels will be hosting the Dodgers tomorrow night at the Big A. Try and come on out. Game time will be at 7:05. 1-2 pitch. Checking the swing is Snyder. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Struck him out, and the inning is over. So a pair of strikeouts after they got those runners to second and third, and they failed to get them in. In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Rangers have stranded 6 in 6 innings. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Texas by a run, 2-1 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Texas. He is left-hander Michael Kirkman. He has a good arm. Kirkman, fastball, slider, curve, and change. He'll top out around 96 miles per hour. And it looks like he's won a spot on their opening day roster. He's a guy who's been up and down between the majors and the minors last few years. He was in 28 games last year for Texas in relief and had a 3.82 ERA. So he faces Brendan Harris. We go to the bottom of the sixth, 2-1 Rangers, and the first pitch. Right in there for a called strike.
Very firm fastball. He'll keep you honest. He'll throw it inside. He'll run it away naturally, even in the four-seamer. Still trying to perfect and get better on situations with the secondary pitches. When to use them and when not to overuse them.
And the next pitch on Harris, that's low and in. 1-1 strike. Tateyama, who faced the Angels last inning, had a scoreless inning, allowing no hits, walking one. Kirkman has not allowed a run this spring. Worked 9 scoreless innings, allowing just 3 hits, no walks, striking out 8. 0 ERA. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's lined into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So Brendan Harris, hitting out of the 3-hole today, gets a hit for the first time. He's on to start the inning off, and Hank Conger will be the next batter.
In order to get a more extensive look at Brendan Harris, Mike Scioscia has moved him around from first base, shortstop. He's played second. He's played third his whole week here. Harris, who says he has really benefited from being around great baseball minds and the likes of Dusty Baker, Ron Gardenhire, and Joe Madden.
Here's Conger at the plate. Hank's gone 0 for 2. Kickoff toss.
Hank has been taking some very good swings, but a little bit too big. And especially the approach he had against a soft thrower like Mills. Now he's going to see a firm thrower here in Kirkman. Let's see how he adjusts. Still got to be short.
Here's the pitch. That one is low and away. Well, maybe Hank figures, heck, he's the cleanup man today. Maybe I better give him my cleanup man swing.
No, don't go there.
That's the way it's looked the first 2 at bats.
I think Hank always does give you that cleanup hitter swing. Left or right, he's hacking.
1-0 is the count on Hank Conger. And the pitch, that's high and away, 2-0. 2 runs, 9 hits for Texas, a run on 5 hits for the Angels.
Angels haven't had much success here in the last 3 or 4 games in trying to steal bases. Teams have anticipated very well against them.
Here's the 2-0. There goes the runner, but the pitch is fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
And because of that, Mike Scioscia puts on another hit and run, not a straight steal with Harris. You won't see that many 2-0 hit and runs. But at some point, you got to make the young players be aware of this situational type of hitting here. And with that lefty on the mound, hit and run means make sure he is going home. You cannot get picked off. Why not do it again here?
2-1 pitch. High and away, ball 3. So Kirkman, who has pitched very well for Texas this spring.
So Terry, this count in this situation does call for a big swing. This is a let it fly young man type of swing right here.
We'll see how it plays out with the count 3-1. Next pitch, and Hank Conger will take that one for ball 4. He was patient in that at bat.
Very nice at bat.
So 2 are on. Hester is the batter. Conger is going to be lifted for a pinch runner. So his day is done. He was the Angels catcher today. And now we'll see if Hester is called on to bunt. Angels with 2 on, nobody out. Pickoff, fake pickoff toss there by the pitcher Kirkman. He wheeled around. Had he thrown the ball, would have gone right into center field because no one went to cover.
It was a fake play. But there is a play on right here from the Rangers, anticipating the bunt, and they might be trying to get the out at third.
Here's the pitch on Hester. He drops one down foul on the third base side. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. The pinch runner for the Angels over at first base is Ryan Jones. First time we've seen him this spring up from minor league camp. And there's a pickoff toss to second, and diving back to the bag is the lead runner, Brendan Harris.
It's pretty good. 3 different pitches, and actually 2 pitches, 1 started play not finished, so 3 different looks the Rangers have given the Angels here on the defensive side for this bunt.
Oh, and 1 is the count. Kirkman ready, and Hester drops a bunt down out near the mound. It's fielded by the pitcher, who flips to second, or third, I should say, and they get the force out there. That was not a good bunt by Hester as it bounced back to the mound, and Kirkman getting the force out on Harris at third base.
Well, the Rangers, the whole time, they have somebody staying stationary around third base, and once the pitcher gets involved, he's got a clear view, direct path to the third baseman. It's a well-executed play, but it all started with the second baseman and the shortstop working together on those fake plays around the bag at second.
So the batter now is Caleb Cowart. He's batting for the first time in the game.
And those are plays that during the regular season you see less and less of them because there's more concern about just getting it out somewhere, making sure nobody has forgotten how to execute the play.
A hit could tie up this ball game. Runners at first and second. 1 out, and the pitch that's in there for a called strike. Mentioned that pinch runner for the Angels, Ryan Jones. He's the lead runner now at second base. He's a young player who hails from Kansas, lives in Wichita, Kansas, went to Wichita State University. He was undrafted coming out of college. And the pitch, that's lined in the gap by Cowart into right center, and that is trouble. It's going to roll all the way out to the wall. 1 run scores, another is being waved around. Cowart's headed for third. He will get there with a 2-run triple, and the Angels have a 3-2 lead. Cowart has distinguished himself this spring. He really has.
He has. He's done it from both sides of the plate. He's done it on the other side of the baseball. Tremendous defense in that hot corner. And does a good job just making sure Kirkman provides a zip on that fastball and just dropping the barrel to the right center field. He's got now 8 RBIs in 12 games he has played here in camp.
So the Angels take the lead as Chris Snyder will bat. And he's hitting out of J.B. Shuck's spot in the batting order. Shuck was the number 7 hitter, and the pitch that's in there for a strike.
And nothing more rewarding for a manager than seeing one play that's botched and having the next batter come up right away and make up for everybody.
Here's the 0-1 on Snyder. He takes that one low. Angels are hoping Snyder can get a ball deep enough to the outfield to bring in Cowart with 1 out. He's the runner at third. They have the infield in, the 1-1 pitch. That one is low. 2-1 is the count.
Snyder with the Angels. It is his 6th game. He is 0 for 3 so far. And overall this spring, hitting 190.
Kirkman is ready. Here's the 2-1 on Snyder. High and away ball 3. 3-1 the count.
Snyder came to the Angels after he was released from a minor league contract by the Washington Nationals. 9-year major league veteran.
Randall Grichuk is waiting on deck. Here's Kirkman's next pitch. Ground ball, base hit through the left side. That'll get in Cowart. Snyder comes in as a pinch hitter with an RBI single. Angels have now doubled up the Rangers. It's 4-2.
Well, Mike Scioscia, Matt, he got more and more lefty-righty. Goes to the pinch hitter, goes to the bench, and the veteran gets a big hit for himself as he's trying to make the ball club, and also gets the Angels another run.
So Kirkman, who had not allowed a run all spring, mentioned how well he had been pitching. The Angels have roughed him up here. There's only one out. Every hitter that the Angels have sent to the plate in this inning has reached base safely, although there is one out. And now Grichuk will be stepping up. Runner at first base. Here's the pitch on Randall, and he takes that one low and away. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Grichuk getting the start today in right field for manager Mike Scioscia, and Randall Grichuk's gone 0 for 2. Next pitch, he lifts it in the air into right field, not very deep at all. Coming in hard is Ducey. He'll make the catch toward the line in medium right field, and that'll be the second out. Snyder holding over there at first base. Cole Calhoun will bat. He's hitting out of Romine's spot, the number 9 spot. Andrew was 0 for 0 today with a couple of walks his 2 times up.
Cole Calhoun had been limited here in camp due to some back issues. Even his stance, if you watch him hit right now, not as solid a base right now. More straight up they have him hitting.
Pitch on Calhoun, that's outside. He's hoping to win a spot as a reserve outfielder for the Angels, but has not had anywhere cl's to the kind of spring we saw him have last year with the Angels.
No, certainly he has not been on top of his game, and the health issues certainly have affected him. A little more straight up in his stance.
Here's the pitch. Calhoun takes that one for a strike. He's hitting 186 this spring.
Still shows a lot of versatility in the outfield and at first base, but he's getting some competition, Terry, from J.B. Shuck, especially at this point. Calhoun is on the 40-man roster.
Here's the pitch on Calhoun, and he lifts it down the left field side. That one is tight to the line down in that left field corner, and in foul territory down that left side. Making that catch in the corner is Bourbon, and that'll end the inning. Foul ball, but he caught it way down that left side. In the inning, the Angels get 3 on the board, and the Angels did it with 3 hits, also a walk in the inning. No errors, and the Angels leave 1. So we get ready to move to the 7th here in Tempe. It's 4-2 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, don't forget, opening night at the Big A is right around the corner. On Tuesday, April the 9th, the Angels host the Oakland A's at 7:05. Fans in attendance receive a wall calendar. It's courtesy of Smart & Final while supplies last. You purchase tickets for that game on April the 9th. Visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or angels.com. So we have a number of changes. New battery for the Angels. Kevin Jepsen is on the hill. He replaces Jerome Williams. We'll give you Jerome's numbers today. Ended up going 3 2/3 in relief. Chris Snyder is the new catcher. Ryan Jones stays in the game. He is playing left field, and Cole Calhoun moves from left to center. Leonis Martin is the batter as we get the 7th inning underway. And the first pitch on the left-handed hitter, a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Kevin Jepsen is ready. And here's his next pitch. Evans lifted in the air down the left field side, tight to the line. That is a fair ball. It's going to bounce all the way out to the 340 sign. Martin is up to second base. He'll get there without even a throw. And it's a leadoff double against Jepsen to start off inning number 7.
Not the start that Kevin Jepsen wanted to his inning of work here. Is Mike Soch is trying to find out exactly where Jepsen is and the amount of pitches he can give him and his ability to bounce back and pitch back-to-back days. And Mike Socha could not have been more explicit telling it last night after the game, Terry. It's about getting outs right now. It's not about getting your work in. Those days are over.
Well, you kind of wonder, looking at the Angel bullpen and kind of projecting roles right now for opening day on Monday in Cincinnati next Monday. Get to it after the pitch on Garcia, and he takes that one for a ball. Right now, Frieri will be the closer, and Ernesto's been up and down this spring. Then you go to the setup man. That would have been a role that you might have thought going into spring training. Jepsen had a legitimate shot of winning, and you kind of wonder about that role. Who is in that setup role going into opening day? Here's the pitch. There's a bunt. Drop down on the third base side. It'll get the runner over to third. The throw is late to first base by Coward. So no one is out on that play, and runners at the corners.
Well, this is one where the speed of the game might have been a little bit too much for the youngster. He waited way too long to come in charging after that one. He was anticipating at first perhaps that ball was going to be rolling out foul, but you see Colin, he's got his hands on his hips saying, nope, I probably could have done a little bit more. Even with the strong arm that he possesses, not enough.
So that'll go down as an infield hit. Jepsen has given up a pair of hits against the first two batters, and now he faces Profar. He bats from the left side. And now time is called.
Just going back to what you were covering there in regards to the 8th inning guy. At this point, and the guys have thrown the ball well. I'm going to go either Burnett or even Garrett Richards. And he was shortened today. Now, there's a reason why Garrett Richards was not stretched out today. That means he'll have a chance to pitch again very soon and not have to wait 4 days in between. Keep that in mind.
There's a pitch that's low. I know
he only won 2 1/3 today for a reason. It's just mapping things out.
The coaching staff doesn't put a whole lot of importance on numbers in spring training.
For some guys.
Right.
For other guys, yes.
Jepsen's ERA this spring is 6.75. Burnett's ERA this spring is 12.27. Frieri, who will be the closer, his ERA has been 7.88. Here's a pitch that's missed. The count 1 ball 1 strike. Richards coming into the game, and he ended up pitching 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief. He entered the game with an ERA under 2, so it's dropped even more. It was 1.88 coming in.
And his stuff has looked better than anybody.
Yeah, it really has. Runner goes at first. The pitch is a ball. No throw by Snyder, the catcher. Easy stolen base for Garcia. Now they have him at second and third. So again, the back end of the bullpen going into the start of the season with some question marks.
Yep. We've seen her work both ways. We've seen her go in just with a flow, everybody slotted, and it doesn't work off the gates. It's very tough to predict that.
Here's the pitch. That's a little pop over to the second baseman, and it's caught by Lindsay. So no one's able to advance on that one. Jepson gets a big out there. That's out number one.
That's 2 times Angels pitchers have absolutely tied up Profar on the inside pitches. That is 2 cut fastballs, one on Williams when he struck out. And now this one perfectly placed there by Jepson. And the young prospect could not get the barrel, even the label out.
Another one of the Angels veteran relievers who factors into late inning situations is Scott Downs. And Downs' ERA this spring has been just under 8.
And Downs threw a bullpen yesterday. In other words, he's trying to iron some things out.
Right. First pitch on Solarte was in there. And Hervis Solarte at the plate. He bats from the left side. Here's the next pitch on him. That's a pitch that got him somewhere on the leg or foot. He's hit by the pitch, and that's going to load up the bases. So Jepson's problems are showing up again here today.
Well, does the Angels' urgency in going out and signing somebody that the Dodgers just released? And that is Mark Lowe. Mark Lowe now with the Angels threw a bullpen today. And he should be taking part in the Angels roster going into the Freeway Series.
Jeff Baker will be the batter. Since he entered the game, he's had a hit his only time up. The Angels are up by 2, but they're loaded for Texas here in the 7th with 1 out. And Jepson misses low and away. 1-0 the count.
Looking closely here at Kevin Jepson at just the fluidity in his delivery, and I see a little holding back. Usually his back leg is landing in a more forward position.
Here's the 1-0. And he misses low with that one, ball 2. Jepson with the Angels this spring. Now he has pitched in the minors this spring as well, but only 4 innings with the Angels this spring. And White Butcher is out to have a word with him.
And keep in mind there was concern with his health because of a triceps issue about a week and a half ago. So it's almost like he's trying to accumulate all those innings here in a hurry and has not been able to place the baseball in good areas.
And mentioning Jepson's right tricep tightness, that brings us to our Care First Health Plan Injury Report. Visit carefirst.com to learn more about their patients first philosophy of care. Care First, it's all about you.
And there's already was some action in their bullpen.
So it's 2-0 on Baker. Nowhere to put him. The bases are loaded. Next delivery. That's a called strike on the outside corner.
Right-hander Jared Krug is warming up.
So Jepson working with the count 2-1. The next pitch. That one is low, ball 3. So now he needs to come in with a strike. A walk forces in a run. And Jepson's in a dicey situation here where you wonder how much longer they'll go with him if he can't get it figured out today.
So the pitches are piling up.
3-1 pitch. That's fouled back behind the plate. 3-2.
Concern number 1.
Jepson waiting for the batter Baker to get set in the batter's box. Baker's going to be on the Rangers this season as a reserve. He was with the Braves last year. He can play the infield and the outfield. The payoff pitch, and he gets him to chase a high fastball. Struck him out. Boy, did Jepson ever need that right there.
Yes, he did. He was able to go to his power and be able to get something out of that fastball. Much better follow through. That leg forward a little bit more. Good indication that he is going on that straight path towards home plate. Extra little life on that fastball.
Big out. Bourbon will be the next batter. So even though Jepson has labored in this inning, and he's getting ready to face his sixth batter in the inning, he could get out of it if he gets the out here on Bourbon. Here's the pitch, and the first one, a first pitch fastball in there called strike. Four 2 Angels here in the seventh.
A pretty good preseason test here for Kevin Jepson as he tries to get the 0 here.
He's ready. The 1 strike pitch, and it's bounced foul on the right side, so he needs to throw strikes with the bases loaded. He's done just that, and he's way in front on Bourbon now. 0-2.
Good thing is to see him not just depending on the power, but he rolled a pretty good tight breaking ball there on Bourbon.
So Jepson with the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Gets the sign from Snyder. Next pitch way up and in. That was a fastball. 1-2 the count. Jepson will throw that fastball quite a bit. He'll also throw a cut fastball.
And he has always been a better pitcher after the All-Star break. Career numbers are night and day second half of the season.
He's ready, and the 1-2 delivery. Tried to pick that inside corner, just missed. Borderline pitch. 2-2 on Bourbon. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes, but Bourbon did just that, and he got the call to go his way. Jepson working from the stretch. 2-2 delivery. Took something off that one, and he misses outside, so he runs the count full with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bourbon not known as a real patient hitter, but he's had a patient at bat here, working a full count against Jepson. Another big moment in this inning here for Jepson, and he's had a few of them. We'll see what gives on the next pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 3-2 delivery. He gets him to pop it up. Let's see who's going to take charge. The center fielder is Calhoun. He's under in medium right center. He'll put it away, and after all of that, Jepson gets out of the inning with a minimal damage situation right there. They don't score against him. He's got a big smile on his face as he walks off the mound right there. So it was dicey, but he got through it. No runs in the inning. 2 hits in the inning. A hit batsman, no errors, and they leave 3. 7th inning stretch time coming up. It's 4-2 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. the Angels get ready to bat. We're in the bottom of the 7th now. It's 4-2 Angels. The new pitcher in the ball game for Texas, Jimmy Reyes, takes over for Michael Kirkman. Kirkman gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 1, didn't strike out any. When they face the Angels in the bottom of the 6th, and here in the 7th, Navarro leads it off against Reyes. A lefty-lefty matchup, in the first pitch a strike. Navarro batting for the first time in the game, and he takes that one for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peter Borges, who was the leadoff man in this spot when we got underway. Borges went 0 for 3 today, and there's a pitch in there for a called strike, and Navarro's in the hole, 1-2. Taylor Lindsay is waiting on deck. This will be his first at bat. He took over at second base for Luis Rodriguez. And the next pitch, it's a breaking ball. It misses. 2-2 the count. Reyes comes in with the 2-2. Fouled back by Navarro. He's battling, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is the first appearance for Reyes this spring for Texas. He's up from their minor league camp. Here's the pitch, and again it's fouled back behind the plate. Still 2-2.
Well, he continues to pump in strikes, and Navarro continues to stay right in there against a left-hander. Navarro, one of the busiest Angels here in the spring. He has played a lot of games.
Here's the 2-2. He lines one the opposite way. It's going to fall in for a leadoff hit. That was a pretty good battle, and it was won by Navarro as he gets the leadoff single.
Just like Navarro did yesterday, late in the ballgame against Heath Bell, going the other way on a breaking ball. He does a good job here getting something good to handle against a left-hander.
So Lindsay will step up. Luis Rodriguez, who was in that spot originally, had a good ball game, 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Lefty-lefty matchup here, just like the last one against Navarro. And there's the bunt. It's pushed out near the mound. Reyes will go to second just in time. So he gambled there, and it paid off. He gets the lead runner on the attempted sac bunt there by Lindsay.
Very risky play, but Jimmy Reyes from Miami showing the ability to get off the mound and not afraid to take a chance there. Good athletic play around the bag by the shortstop Profar. Quick release by Reyes. And get rid of that baseball.
So Brendan Harris, who's gone all the way for the Angels. He's played a couple of different positions today. This will be his 4th time up in the ball game. He's 1 for 3. Reyes ready, and the pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Reyes, a little lefty, Jose mentioned, from South Florida. And he's 5'10", goes about 195 pounds. He went to Elon University. It was all Southern Conference.
Good numbers last year, too. Pretty good ratio of strikeouts per innings pitched. Single A.
No balls, 1 strike to count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Funny how Profar stays with it, and the throw gets away at second base. That ball ends up rolling down into foul territory. Going into third and being waved around for the Angels is Lindsay. He'll score all the way from first. And then hustling up to second base will be Harris. And the Angels get a gift run right there. It's now 5-2. And now they're going to check out the injured player Garcia, the second baseman, who's hobbling around a little bit.
A pretty aggressive slide at second base on a very bat throw. And you can see the second baseman there, Garcia, took a nice hit to his left leg. Tricky hop at the very end there for the shortstop Profar. That might have set his feet off and even not allow him to grip the ball very tightly. And then the fun thing, Terry, was to watch Dino Ebel. Dino had a great read, and he was pretty much running home with Taylor Lindsay.
Yeah, he had the windmill going over there.
And then when Lindsay scored, you see Dino doing a fist pump. Like he just scored the run. It was pretty cool.
So it's going to be scored a fielder's choice. An error on the shortstop Profar. No run batted in for Harris, who ends up at second base. But the Angels add on here in the bottom of the seventh. Now up by 3 with a chance to get some more. Garcia staying in the ball game, and Ryan Jones is batting. He came in to pinch run for Conger last inning and scored a run, and now he's batting for the first time. Here's the pitch on Jones, and he chops it on the first base side. Ball skips off the glove of Snyder, the first baseman. No chance to get an out anywhere, and the Angels have runners at the corners. So the ball's been kind of like a hot potato there in the infield for the Rangers here.
Yeah, Jimmy Ray is probably going, wait a minute, this is my first time up here in big league camp, and I thought it was not going to be this sloppy up here.
That's going to be another error, the second one in the inning.
And some confidence being spoken by Rangers pitching coach Mike Maddox into the young lefty and concentrating now and just trying to make pitches.
Fans, we want to remind the kids that the Junior Angels Kids Club is presented by Farrell's Ice Cream Parlors and Restaurants, and they're now accepting members for the 2013 season. Members receive an exclusive Mike Trout jersey, 2 ticket vouchers, a fast pass to Kids Run the Bases, and more. If you'd like to sign up, visit angels.com/Junior Angels, or you can sign up at any of the Southern California Farrell's locations.
Let's do it. A little Farrell's.
And a Mike Trout jersey. So the batter now is John Hester. He's had a pretty good ball game. Been on base a couple of times today. Double. He's reached on a fielder's choice. He scored a run, and there's a bunt, and it's a suicide. It's fielded by the pitcher. No chance for an out at the plate. Hester is thrown out, but he drops down that squeeze bunt, and the Angels have a 6-2 lead.
That's the way to get it done. Outstanding timing there between the hitter and the runner at third base. And not that John Hester was all that shy about showing that bunt. Perfectly executed, and the Angels put the pressure on. I mean, look how early he showed this.
So moving up to second on that one is Jones. Harris was breaking on that pitch, and Hester dropped down that bunt to bring him in. 6-2 Angels here in the bottom of the seventh. Ready is Reyes with the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch. That's fouled back to our right, upstairs and out of play. 1-1 to count. Cowart, the batter. He had a big 2-run triple last inning for the Angels, which gave the Angels the lead. Reyes is ready, and the pitch. That one is out near the mound. It takes a funny hop as it ricochets, and then the ball is bobbled by Garcia, the second baseman. No throw anywhere.
What is going on? It's got to be going through the mind of Reyes.
That'll be scored a hit. It's also likely to be a knockout blow as Ron Washington is headed out to the mound, and he is going to make a pitching change. So The Angels' 7th inning will continue. It's been a good inning, and it's not over yet. We have a break in the action. A new pitcher coming in for Texas. It's 6-2 Angels here in the bottom of the 7th on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Nate Robertson is the new pitcher. He's on the comeback trail. He was with the Cubs at one time in their organization. We saw him pitch a lot when he was with Detroit. Also was with the Philadelphia Phillies. And there's a toss over to first base, and back to the bag goes Coward. So he replaces Jimmy Reyes, who went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs. The runners on base are his property. It wasn't all his fault. There have been a couple of errors in the inning. He allowed 2 hits, did Reyes. And the first pitch is in there on Snyder for a strike. It's 0-1. Robertson, mentioned on the comeback trail, signed a minor league deal with Texas during the offseason, and he's actually pitched very well for the Texas Rangers this spring. ERA is 1.64. This is his 11th appearance.
Well experienced, and now a little bit of a reinvention in the way he throws the ball.
And his pitch, that's a called strike on the outside corner. He jumps in front on Snyder, 0-2. Last year in AAA in the Cubs and Blue Jays organizations, Robertson's ERA was 8.07. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that one missed a little bit inside. Robertson's appeared in 223 games in the big leagues. Career ERA 5.01. 57 wins in the big leagues, 77 losses. 1-2 pitch, and now it's a pickoff throw, and they have their runner caught in the rundown between first and second. Then they throw to third, and they end up picking off the lead runner there, Jones, who got back to the bag a little bit late. So Robertson initially picked off Coward, and then he kind of stood his ground between first and second. They spotted that the runner Jones got away from third base, so they fire there and get him. And the inning is over. It'll go 1-3-5 on that pickoff to end the inning. Odd inning. A lot of things going on in the infield in the inning. The Angels get 2 runs, though, and they did it with 2 hits, 2 errors. And in the inning, there will be 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the 8th. 6-2 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. to the 8th inning. The Angels up 6-2 against Texas. New pitcher for the Angels. And on the hill is left-hander Sean Burnett. He replaces Kevin Jepson. Jepson fought through a dicey 7th inning. He gave up 2 hits but no runs. He also hit a batter. Ended up getting a strikeout, which helped his cause in that 7th. So now Burnett becomes pitcher number 4 of the day. Richards started. We saw Williams, Jepson, and now the lefty Sean Burnett. Jim Adducci is the first batter here for Texas as we get things going in the top of the 8th inning. A lefty-lefty matchup, and the first pitch called strike. Burnett will throw a sinker, slider, and he also has a good changeup. 0-1 pitch. That one is lifted in the air into center. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Calhoun will play it in on one hop. Leadoff single for the Rangers. They've out-hit the Angels today, 12-9, but the Angels have the 4-run lead. Jose Felix, who took over behind the plate, will be the batter. Here's the pitch on him, and he takes it for a called strike. Here's the next pitch. Ground ball on the right side, but that one's going to skip through for a base hit. In between Navarro and Lindsay on the right side of that infield. And Felix has a single, and they have their first 2 on back-to-back hits. Snyder will be the next batter.
6th appearance as the mentioned for Sean Burnett, and it seems like they all have been very busy. He's always had to work out of jams. I think he had one easy one where he might have faced 4 batters in 1 inning, but they have pretty much been very similar to what he's facing right now.
So he's worked himself into some early trouble here in this inning. Here's the pitch. That one on Snyder. It's outside. The 1-0 pitch. That's high, and it's now 2 balls, no strikes. Burnett was bothered by some lower back issues going back to the middle of last month, and that had him sidelined a little bit. There's a swing and a miss at a 2-0. It's 2-1.
Something he's dealt with for a long time. He says pretty much every spring training he's had to deal with it. Last couple of years, 3 or 4 years, I'd say.
There's a little tapper. It's foul over on the right side of home plate. So to count even, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sean Burnett's ERA last year with the Washington Nationals was very good, 2.38, and he worked in a lot of games for them. Situational left-hander. He appeared in 70 games. Also had a couple of saves for them last year. The 2-2 fouled back to the screen, and will do it again. The count holding.
Against left-handers, they only hit .211. And what really made Burnett even more valuable to Washington is the way he pitched against the batters with runners in scoring position. He held them to an average of under 200. 169 with runners in scoring position last year for the Nats.
Here's the next delivery, and it's a bouncer hit to third. Good stop by Coward. He goes to on that shot to him. I thought it hit the ground. It was a liner to him. He quickly fired back to second, trying to double up the base runner over there, Adduci, but he got back. Good job by Caleb on that one. That will be out number 1.
Well, the Angels hoping Burnett and Scott Downs can complement each other well. couple of lefties. One could become a situational. We'll see as the year evolves which one it is. And Mitch Stetter still in the mix. Also, the Angels taking a good look at him. And mainly because of Scott Downs' situation right now. As Mike Scioscia pointed out after the game.
1-0 is the count on Martin. Burnett taking his time, working from the stretch. And here's the pitch. And boy, was Martin fooled on that one. He just got off a very late, lazy swing at that pitch. And the count even, it's 1-1.
Looking breaking ball all of a sudden. Oops, dipping fastball.
Mentioned Burnett was with Washington last year, and he saw his first postseason action and got into 2 games last postseason for the Nationals. The pitch on its way, that's low and inside. 2-1 to count. He only worked an inning in those 2 ball games he appeared in for the Nationals last postseason. That was in the division series. Here's his next pitch. That one a little bit low and away. So he's falling behind. It's 3-1. Infield is playing it at double play depth. Lefty-lefty matchup, and the next pitch, that's fouled back just above us. That's going to get back and out of play. Gibson had to work very hard to get through a scoreless 7th, and it's not going easy for Burnett here in the 8th.
Gibson threw north of 20 pitches, close to 25 pitches.
Here's the 3-2, and that one's bounced off the plate, and then it goes foul behind the Angels dugout. 3-2 the count. The attendance today, a very nice crowd, 8,299, 82.99. The Angels finished up with over 122,000 fans here in the Cactus League home games at Tempe Diablo Stadium.
Yeah, a little prolonged spring training, but the overall very successful with the attendance. 122,587.
There's a bouncing ball on the right side. That's going to skip through for a base hit. That's going to load up the bases with 1 out. So they've been finding some daylight with some of these ground balls here in this inning. 3 singles in the inning. And Garcia will be the next batter. He got a hit his last time up.
He's had a tough day on the field. He's got only one thing here in mind. He's trying to make up for the misplays out there on the field. His team trailing by 4 runs. Very useful player for the Rangers, and they'll begin the season with him. He can play infield and outfield. Another teammate of Eric Ibar, the Dominican World Baseball Classic Championship team.
So Burnett struggling here to get through this 8th inning, and the first pitch he fools Garcia as he waves at that one and misses it for strike 1. Garcia's a switch hitter. He's a little guy. He's only about 5'7". He can also play the outfield, so he gives you the versatility, and he takes that pitch and it evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia was in Double-A last year in the Rangers organization, and he batted over .290 a year ago. Ready is Burnett. 1-1 pitch. Low and in. 2-1 to count. One thing late in these ball games here in this Cactus League, you don't see a whole lot of clean innings.
And it doesn't matter the name on the mound for some reason.
Here's the next pitch, and that's low and in ball 3. So with the bases loaded, Burnett's going to have to come in with a strike. A walk would force in a run.
Oh, these young lineups did give the big league experienced pitchers a tough time here later. As Jairo Diaz is getting ready already for the Angels, the right-hander, converted catcher, warming up in the bullpen.
3-1 pitch. That one's hit in the air into left center field. It's hit well, chasing after it and making a nice running catch is Calhoun. The lead runner will tag and score easily, and the other runners will end up holding as they were off their bases, hoping that ball would drop in for a hit. So Burnett able to get the out there on Garcia. That ball was hit hard, but just a long out. It's now a 6-3 Angels lead after that sac fly. And Profar will be the next batter with 2 gone.
There's 2 pretty good plays in center field already by Cole Calhoun. Getting some good reads off the bat. Fighting for a job in the big leagues.
Profar, since coming in, he's gone 0 for 2. And the pitch, he looks it over. It's in there for a called strike.
We'll see Profar's bat speed here from the right side as he did not look good at all from the left side on anything in and off the plate.
Infield is back with 2 outs. Burnett's next delivery, it's grounded sharply to short. Should be the inning. Harris will throw to second, and they will get the out on the runner Martin. The inning is over on the 6-4 fielder's choice. In the inning, they get a run. They had 3 hits, no errors, and they end up leaving a pair. Burnett does a pretty good job of minimizing the damage here in the 8th. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Angels have a 6-3 lead on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. First batter up for the Angels as we move now to the bottom of the 8th inning, Chris Snyder. And he will be facing a new pitcher for Texas as Tanner Scheppers comes in. Southern California native. There's a check swing by Snyder, and he fouls it off on the first base side. 0-1 the count. Scheppers looks to have won a spot in the bullpen for the Rangers coming out of spring training. This will be his 8th appearance this spring. ERA in the Cactus League, 4.50. He's a hard thrower, and the next delivery, that's way high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Another young pitcher that made a great impression, Nick Tepesh. He is projected to be the number 5. He's battling out there with Kirkman, so Tepesh, another youngster, wins that slot for now.
Here's the pitch, and that one is waved at and missed 1 and 2. It seems like every year the Rangers have a young pitcher make their staff kind of a guy that might not have even been on the radar screen when spring training began. Saw it with Robbie Ross last year.
Yeah, they found a way. Nice pipeline they've had there with Mike Maddox. And also, of course, guidance of Nolan Ryan. Greg Maddox involved now, too.
Yeah. 2-2 is the count.
And John Daniels, the general manager, does an outstanding job.
There's the pitch, and on the 2-2, that one is cut on and missed. Snyder is a strikeout victim. And Shepard from Dana Hills High School gets the first out via the strikeout, and the batter will be Randall Richard. Richardson's coming in. Well, he's been here since the start of this ball game. He's been in right field for the Angels. This is his fourth at bat today, and he takes that one for a called strike. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Hit a mile high in the air behind second base. Out on the outfield, coming in and calling the middle infielders off is Martin. He'll make the catch on that one. The center fielder, he came way in. He wasn't playing that deep to begin with. That's the second out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, Terry, my friend, from tomorrow on, you'll have your new broadcast partner, Mark Langston, take it over. So it's been a great run to work with you in B.C. And let's see if when we do it again, if we do it again. But certainly it's been a nice run.
Yeah, Jose.
Have fun with Langs.
We'll miss you, but we'll see you every day. And we'll probably be spending as much time with you as we do our families when the regular season begins. You know how that goes.
Absolutely. But, of course, always fun to be on the radio with you and be in the down and on AM 830.
Yep.
And they've had a lot of fun here with the simulcast, that's for sure, here in spring training.
Yep. Had a good time working with our crew from Fox Sports West. Pitch on its way. That one's in there for a called strike.
The crew that never wants any credit, but they truly deserve it. And putting together this type of broadcast, at times very challenging, but they have made it very smoothly for everybody involved.
Yep.
Mainly for the viewers.
Here's the 1-1. That's tapped foul back behind the plate by Calhoun. Yeah, a lot of the people you work with here in the Cactus League, then you got to kind of say goodbye till next spring, so it's kind of sad in a way. The 1-2 delivery. Chopped foul over by the Angels dugout. And the count holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans win a 2-night stay, 1 round of golf, dinner for 2 at the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. Send a text with the message AM 830 Fantasy to 50352 to sign up. A contestant will be announced daily starting on April the 1st. Full contest rules are available at am830.net, keyword fantasy. And it's brought to you by the Fantasy Resort Casino in Palm Springs. 1-2 pitch, and that one is waved at and missed by Calhoun. He is a strikeout victim, and that will end the inning. So Shepard comes in, strikes out a pair. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left. The 9th inning is next. The Angels will take a 6-3 lead to the 9th. We'll see what the Angels do pitching-wise. They're going to bring in a new reliever. We're headed to the 9th. Angels by 3 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher for the Angels is closer Ernesto Frieri. Pitcher number 5 of the day. He replaces Burnett, who worked an inning giving up 3 hits and a run. He didn't walk or strike out anyone. So Frieri will try and shut down Texas as we go to the 9th inning. Ernesto's spring. This is his 10th appearance. He's worked 8 innings. He's given up 12 hits and 7 runs all earned. He's walked 4, struck out 3. He has a 1-2 record and a 7.88 ERA. He has a chance to get a save here. A 3-run Angel lead as we begin the 9th inning. And Hervis Solarte is the batter. Swings from the left side and takes the first pitch for a called strike. Fans, on Saturday, April the 13th, the Angels take on the Houston Astros. Game time 6:05 at the Big A. Fans in attendance receive a Mike Trout bobblehead. It's courtesy of State Farm while supplies last that evening. And you can purchase tickets for that game at the Angels Stadium ticket office or purchase them at angels.com. 0-1 pitch missed. The count's even. It's 1-1. And the next delivery fouled back to the screen. 1-2 the count. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith, Jose Mota, and Darren Chan with you here from Tempe on this Wednesday. The next pitch missed. 2-2 the count. Jose's headed down for the Fox Sports West post-game show. We will not have an interview with Angels manager Mike Socha after the ball game. Here's the 2-2. That one's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. Frieri is ready. And his 2-2 pitch grounded sharply, just foul on the first base side. That was hugging the line about midway up the first base line. So it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Angels and Dodgers tomorrow night at the Big A. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the left side. The third baseman Cowart right behind the bag is on the dirt. Makes the catch in fair territory. 1 gone here in the 9th. Jeff Baker will be the next batter. Angels trying to win game number 9 here in the Cactus League. 2 more outs needed here in the 9th. Frieri's pitch. First one in there for a called strike. This game right around the 3-hour mark. Here's the next pitch. Lifted in the air into right field. They're waiting under in fairly shallow right is Randall Gritchett. 2 gone here in the 9th. Borbone will be the batter. He's had a hit and a flyout since coming into the game. Angels leaving Arizona after this ball game. We mentioned the Rangers have a split squad day tomorrow with some of their players taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks in surprise, and then most of the regulars will be back in Arlington for an exhibition game against the Mexico City Red Devils. Texas will have 2 more exhibition games against the Padres in San Antonio, Texas coming up. Those games will be Friday and Saturday. Here's one that's fouled off on the left side on an 0-1, so the count jumps to 0 balls, 2 strikes on Borbone. Rangers are down to their final strike in this ball game. Frieri's trying to have a clean inning. He's 2/3 of the way through doing that, and the pitch fouled back to the screen, and the count stays in 0-2. Outfield not too deep. Richards, Williams, Jepson, Burnett, and Frieri, the Angel pitchers today, as the next one is fouled off to our left back upstairs and out of play. That ball ricocheted back down to the seats below home plate where someone got a souvenir baseball. The count's 0-2 on Bourbon. Frieri's next delivery fouled back again. And that one's going to ricochet back down to the fans. So they're having some fun with some of these foul balls. Six runs, 9 hits for the Angels. 3 runs, 14 hits for the Rangers. Texas with a couple of errors today. 0-2. Fouled off again by Bourbon. So he's becoming a fan favorite here, fouling pitches back to the seats. He's battling tough with 2 strikes. That's one thing about Frieri's spring. He hasn't been striking out batters like we saw him last season when he joined the Angels from the Padres. The next pitch, that's fouled back, and continuing to make contact with 2 strikes is Bourbon to hang in there. Last year, in the 56 games that Frieri pitched for the Angels, he struck out over 90 batters. Had 66 innings overall. And here's a swing and a miss at a 0-2. And after all that, he gets the strikeout and completes the clean inning. So the ball game ends as Frieri gets Bourbon. Here in the 9th, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. Nice ball game for the Angels to wrap up the Cactus League today. A 6-3 victory over the Texas Rangers. And for those of you watching on Fox Sports West, Jose Mota and Michael Eaves will have the post-game coverage coming up in just a moment. On the radio side, we'll have more from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Again, the final score today, the Angels over the Rangers 6-3. This is the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Introducing